Good morning, people. We have made it almost to the end of the week. We've made it to Thursday. Yes, just in case you didn't know. If you don't know me, hi, my name's Lisa. I am the Health and Confidence Coach, and I am going crazy for mobilisations for you for the last few weeks, especially now that we are in lockdown and we've been more sedentary than ever this year. Most of us are not getting in very many steps at all, so it's really no wonder why that we're all starting to feel the aches and pains of not moving. So for the last few weeks I've been going through mobilisations. I've been tackling sore points, actually putting subjects up around specific areas that you guys are struggling with. And today we are covering upper body mobilisation. And this is mainly for sore necks, sore shoulders, and this is for people that are in pain because they are not moving or they're tight and sore, and it's due to lack of movement. So what we're going to be doing today is a little stretch off so that we can help the back of the neck, so that we can help the shoulders there at the back as well. And I'm also going to be giving you some stretches that you can do in your chair, and a couple of bonuses that you're going to see in just a minute. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for always being here. Love that you all come on. And actually, I've really enjoyed how many people are messaging me just telling me that they've tried out the hip stretches, that they're going to keep doing those hip stretches because they're finally feeling the relief that they've just been putting up with for such a long time. So I'm really pleased that you guys are doing it. And it's more than just for the pain relief. I mean, the pain relief is the best thing that we're going in there for, but it's actually going to help you out in so many ways. When we move, we increase our blood flow, we increase our range of motion, which is why why people who move more experience less pain, because they're actually using what they've got. It's also good for energy levels, and it's actually a nice way of loving yourself and telling yourself that you're good enough, that your body deserves to have that little stretch, because if you look after it, it will look after you, and we only get one body, so we should really look after it. Morning, people. Morning, Sham. Hey, girl. And anybody else who has turned up. I can't see my camera very well, so I'll just say hello now, and if you do have any questions or anything whilst we're going through it, then please let me know as we go, and I'll come back to the comments. So today we're going to be doing upper body. So I'm going to be focusing on the sore creaky necks that we get, the upper back across the shoulders, and I'm going to give you a few stretches that you can do. So mainly, whilst I've been chatting with everybody, they are feeling this whilst they're sitting at their desks or as soon as they get up in the morning. So if you're feeling this literally as soon as you get up in the morning, that you have the tight neck and shoulders, you may want to try out my everyday mobilisation. So I did one on Monday, and I always do them on Mondays, but please message if you would like me to send you that. It's a very gentle way of gently getting that range of motion in there, so without it being forceful. We never want to force our stretches. In fact, they shouldn't ever be painful. You should just get it to the point of feeling it, and then that is enough tension, and then you can take it back. So today, upper body, we're doing neck. We're doing neck and shoulders. I've got my little chair out there because I know that a lot of you are actually sitting down at homemade desks. And I've bought a tennis ball and another one with me, because there's something smart that we're going to do with these. So if you've got one hanging around, then please continue to watch, especially if you have soreness across the shoulders at the back. These are going to come in handy for it, but we're not going to use them right away. I'm going to get my chair out so that we can pretend that I've got a desk set up. Whoop, whoop. And I'm going to take you through a few chair stretches that we can do whilst we're sitting down. So this is suitable if you're sitting at the desk, but also if you're not sitting at a desk, you can do all of this standing up as well. I'm just putting it out there because I know that a lot of you are sitting down all the time. So I'm going to pop that on the floor just for a minute, because we're going to use that in a sec. And we're going to pretend that we're sitting up here at our desk. but we're starting to get this pain across the top of the neck and across the shoulders. First off, I would be checking that you're sitting properly. So make sure that when you're first sitting into this, that you actually do sit on your bum and not your back. I was talking to you about that a few videos ago. If you start off by sitting on your back and not your bum, you're already doing yourself a bad turn, because how on earth is your body ever meant to correct that when you're sitting on your back and not your bum? That's going to be number one. When you're doing this also, there's some good points about your desk setup. So you shouldn't be reaching too far over. Your eyes shouldn't be too, I know I'm exaggerating this a lot for you, but you'll get what I mean. Your eyes shouldn't be looking up there to see the screen. You should be looking after everything on an eye and shoulder and elbow level. So nothing's out of reach and nothing's too much of a strain for you to get to. Now I know some people are sitting there on their sofas, they don't have the best desk set up, but even if you were to sit there on your, even if you only had a sofa and you were sitting on your bum, you can actually pop one pillow under your bum if your hips are a bit sore. You can try putting one at the back just to make sure that you're not slouching over, and that you're, that's why they put pillows here. So you notice that a lot of people will put a pillow here, and it's actually, it's a posture corrector. Because what that does when you put something there is that your back has to hold it in. That's why they do it. So then you're at less risk of slouching over. So you can try that neat little trick as well. And then if you're on your sofa and you don't have a desk, I would try to have everything at the level that it's supposed to be. You can get some pillows. You can get one of those desk trays now. That we used to have our dinners on, that you can put your laptop on. And my other piece of advice here would just be get up and possibly do it at the kitchen counter, so that you can stand up without regularly, so that you don't have to sit in a bad position for too long. But let's say that we're at our desk and we're feeling the aches and pains of working life. So we're going to, even if you get this, even if you don't have a desking job and you might have quite a tough job, you might still feel this across the shoulders because you'll be using your body too much. So you can do this when you are sitting down, chilling out for the night. It'd be nice for you to do it then because it's soothing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by doing our little nods. We're going to pop your nose down to your chest, and then you're going to pop your chin up to the ceiling. And notice that we don't do this with speed. It's nice, slow, smooth control. Perfect. You notice that even as you do this, you start to feel it at the top of the shoulders and in the neck. I'm going to do 5 of these. When you're doing these, please be sure that you did start off with good form, because if you start off with slopey shoulders and then start doing this, it's not really going to be exercising your range of motion. So we need to make sure that the chest is out and the shoulders are back. We've got a good rib cage over belly button. So we've done our 4 or 5 nods up to the sky there. We're going to do them now shoulder to shoulder. You notice that I love to do these in the Monday mobilisation, and they are amazing for your little neck and your little shoulders. It doesn't put too much strain on them, but it gives it enough movement for everything to feel so much more open and mobile. So I've done my 5 yeses and I've done my 5 nos. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my hands, I'm going to clasp them together. Then I want you to engage your bum and your core, and I want you to punch forwards, and I want you to tuck your chin in at your chest. This is a really great stretch for the shoulders at the back. It's called the rhomboids. Love it. And just going to do that for a few seconds, and then you're going to bring it back in. We're going to put them down, and we are going to do that again in just a second. So what we're going to do before that, we're going to go back through our nods. So we're going to do 1 up to the floor, 1 down to the floor, 1 up to the ceiling. We're going to do that 5 times, And we're going to make sure that we're in good form before we start doing that. So we've got chest out and shoulders back, good bum and good core. We're doing 5 nods, we're doing 5 no's. Love it. 4, nice, perfect. So we're going to go back in and we're going to get that shoulders again. So you're going to punch forwards. You're going to tuck your chin in at your chest. And you see that nice rounded shoulders that I've got there, really giving them shoulders at the back a nice stretch forwards. Perfect. You only need to hold that for about 10 or 15 seconds. We're going to do that one more time, where we're going to do floor to ceiling nods. Nice. 4, perfect. 5, nice. We're going to do our nose then. 2, love it, well done. Make sure, if you guys are doing this, please tell me how you're feeling before you started, and tell me how you're feeling when we finish. I think that's 5. I'm going to have to do one more of those because I love the number 3. We're going to punch it forwards. You're going to pop your chin on your chest, and we're going to keep punching it forwards. Nice. We do that for a few seconds. Perfect. Then we're going to go finally back through our last round of nods. You can do all of this standing up if you want to. I was just putting it in as an idea because you may be sitting down at your desk already whilst you're seeing this. But it doesn't matter if you want to stand up and do it. You can really do these exercises anyway, like. Nice. 4, give it one more then. 5, perfect. Well done. So we've done there a little bit of neck mobilisation, and we've started to mobilise the back, the shoulders, the rhomboids. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to face this one round here now. What we're going to do now is we're going to pop our hands up. We're going to try to grab our elbows. Now, if you cannot grab your elbows, your forearms are good enough. Good. Make sure you're sitting, when you're sitting in your chair, that you did sit on your bum before you started this, so that you've got a good chance of getting yourself some good form. So we're going to grab our forearms or our elbows, and then we're going to stick our chest up to the sky. We're going to draw our shoulder blades back. Always going to make sure that that rib cage is over the belly button. We're gently going to press them shoulders back. Nice. Stretches should never hurt. You can feel it, and then know that that's a good place to stretch. Don't overdo it. Perfect. So we're going to hold that there for those 10 seconds. And we can bring them in front to let them have a little rest whilst we go in and draw some half moons. We're going to draw a half moon from shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. I also love to do these in my mobilisations on Monday, and that's because you notice that through every little half moon or every little rotation that you do, your neck feels so much better. It's more mobile, it's more open, it's more free to move, and it is less painful in those movements. Nice, I think that's 5. That's perfect. So we're going to go back and grab those arms again. We're doing it again. We're going to pop them shoulders back, and you're going to start to feel this here. You'll feel this one in the front, and that's because this is a pec stretch. And the reason why I'm making us stretch pecs, even though it's our neck and back that's aching, is because if you were on one of my chats earlier in the week, I was trying to explain that when we get these aches and pains, it's generally that we've got a range of motion issue, and the back has become elongated in its range of motion, and our pecs have become shorter because they've always been curved in because of that relaxed, hunched shoulders that we love to give it. So it's really good to stretch both ways. So, sorry, I think I'm going to get back up there and do a few more seconds. Nice little breathe, nice little stretch. And I'm going to let them go, and we're going to go back in for those head rotations. We're going to go in for those little half moons. We're going to do 5 ways one way, and we'll be doing 5 ways the other way. Nice. and then we'll take it round and round. Perfect. You notice that you can literally do these within a couple of minutes whilst you're sitting at your desk. You can do it whilst you're waiting for your coffee to cool down so that you've got something nice to drink at the end of it, nice little reward. That's actually what I love to do. I make my coffee, get my stretches in, and then my coffee's ready for me to drink. So there you go. Did those rotations. We've got one more to do here because I love the number 3. I love the number 5 as well. Nice. We're going to anchor, engage, and just gently press those shoulders back. So we're feeling that nice stretch in the pecs there. Yes, well done. Perfect. We're going to let that go then, and we're going to do one final round of our half moons. Perfect. Now, if you have been doing that with me, and you had a sore neck and tight shoulders before we started, tell me now, how are you feeling? Nice. Into 5. Perfection. Well done, people. Mobilisation can be that simple. Literally chose maybe 3 or 4 exercises. I've put them back to back there. I've got one to stretch the back, got one to stretch the front, and then I put in a couple of rotational moves for my neck there. And just doing those, I think it was 4 exercises, we feel amazing for it. And it hasn't taken up hardly any time in our days at all. So I hope you find that useful. I'm just going to go for a little lean down there because I want to show you something. So basically, when I have problems with people that are experiencing issues with their shoulders and their fronts, as I was saying, it generally comes down to slopey shoulders or a range of motion that's not at its full potential, which means that your back muscles are stretching to keep you over here, while your pec muscles are shortening because they're not being used to their full potential. So what can we do about it? We can get a tennis ball. Okay, if you were here with me a few weeks ago, I was showing you how you can use roller balls, foam rollers, to help you get rid of those pain points that are brought on by tension and muscle soreness. Some of us have really fancy things, but I don't believe that you need them. Although I do have one of those vibrating foam rollers, but this is awesome to help you with tight pecs. So this is just a tennis ball. You can get one of these literally anywhere. I think you can get 3 for £1 in the pound shop. That's great, isn't it? So let's do this. I'm going to show you this on the wall, but you can actually also do this on the floor as well. So what I'm going to try and do here is get rid, or help myself get rid of tension, muscle tension that's built up around my pec muscle. And when this happens, that can lead to the pain that we experience around the back, because they're paired. That what the muscle at the back is paired with the pec at the front. So if one is long, one is usually short. So we're going to help it out. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our little balls and we're going to start to trace across the top of the pec. And you will start to feel, if this is tight for you, a soreness and almost like a bubble that's under the skin. And that's an area of tension that we're going to focus on. When you find those little bits, it's good to just have a little stop, have a little wiggle and see where you get with it. This can be quite painful, but once you've actually massaged out those areas, you will feel the relief across the back. Sometimes it can be a bit too much to make yourself press this in, so we love to use a wall or a floor for it. I'm going to show you the one on the wall, and here's what we would do. So for a tight pec, I would find the point first, which is just up over here, right by the armpit, but it's still on the upper part. From here, I'm going to place that ball into the wall, and I'm going to straighten my arm out. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move around the wall with that ball, and that ball now is massaging little points And I'm going to feel a point that feels a little bit more tighter than the rest. So I'm going to focus on that area and give it some small rotations. I'm going to spend a little bit of time there until I've managed to roll that out. And this can get quite painful. Anyone that's done foam rolling will tell you that it can be quite painful. It does give you quite a lot of feedback. So be nice to yourself when you're doing it. And try to feel a difference. Some know the difference between what is pain and what is muscular. So generally, if it's a muscular or piece of tension, when you press it, it seems to get worse, and then you will feel a pressure relief and it will disappear, and then you'll feel better. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you today. And just to let you know that we don't have to have a host of fancy pieces of equipment to make our bodies feel good. I know that you can get these for £1 for free because I bought them myself. But if you do fancy something a little bit fancier than that, or a little bit nicer, you can get one of these. They're a little bit softer, so they're just a little bit nicer for those bits of tissue there. You can rub them out. Oh, hi. And that would be great. And you can also get these balls that, much like the foam roller that I showed you before, that have these bits on them, little knobbly bits, and that's just to help break up those tension areas so that you can get rid of them a bit quicker. And there, that was what I wanted to talk to you about today. So I hope that everybody that is working from home, that's feeling that tightness across the top of their back and their shoulders, I hope that you managed to get this in today, because that's going to help you out a lot. And it doesn't matter if you're sitting or if you're standing for those, they are effective no matter what. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm just having a little scroll through to see if we've got any questions for me today. If you don't have any questions, or if you're watching this later on, please let me know how you get on. I love to hear from you, especially the people that I don't even know that are watching it. So I am really pleased that people seem to be enjoying it and listening and doing what we're talking about, and feeling the effects of it. So thank you very much. Love it. Does anyone have any questions for me this morning? No, not yet. Love it. Well, as I said, guys, if you're catching this up on replay but you do have questions for me, or you just want to let me know how you're getting on, or maybe you've tried out these stretches and you think that they're amazing as well, please tell me about it. And if you do find them really beneficial, maybe give me a little share as well, because chances are, if you found it useful and you found relief, that there's probably somebody, definitely a few people that you know, that are probably experiencing the same problems and can probably do with a little bit of help there. And here I am. So have an amazing day. We've almost made it to the end of the week. Tomorrow I am talking, it's my special topic. So tomorrow I'm talking about sciatica. Actually, whilst I've been doing these stretches, sciatica is just something that comes up for me again and again and again. Men, women, all of you are getting it. And it's not an age thing, it's not a pregnancy thing. Do check it out tomorrow. It's something that I've actually suffered with myself, so it's one that's close to my heart. So I'm sure I've got some little tricks up my sleeves for you there. Okay, my people, have an amazing day. Have a great morning. Thank you so much for tuning in so early to see me. Love you for it. Have an amazing day, and I shall see you in the morning. Goodbye.